This is a Harper Guys production.
The Harper contains foul language and adult material. If you are easily offended and thin-skinned, you should hit the stop button now. And if you are not a complete idiot, let's get this party started.
Let's get down to brass tacks, gentlemen. If I was informed correctly, the clock is ticking. Is that right, Jimmy?
You know, but good luck arguing that in court. Let me get down to brass tacks.
Listen, let's get down to brass tacks here. How much for the ape?
Jack, let's just cut the crap and get down to brass tacks here.
Are you hating on Neil Diamond?
Holy fuck, fuck Neil Diamond.
Our dream of deathmatch is going to come to fruition, and my golden ticket is going to pay off. Hoo-ah. Don't you fucking hoo-ah me, motherfucker.
I want the ability to time travel.
This is stupid. Welcome to the Hopper, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jake, with me, as always, my sidekick, Adam.
That's right.
Good to be back, coming at you on another...
Amazing to be back.
A little bit of an off recording night for us here, so we'll see how much of this is still relevant once the show comes out. Things are changing.
It should all be, I hope.
Things are changing fast right now, so not real sure.
A lot of this will be very relevant.
Yes, well...
Because some of us just...
Can't wait to see.
I got one of those nights.
All right, what do you got for the PSA for us to get the evening started?
Holy fuck.
Got some exciting news.
All right, episode 72. Holy shit. Visit us at theharperguys.com. There you can follow and share. Also visit us at iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio. If you're watching on YouTube right now, subscribe, comment, and become... I mean, if you comment, you're going to become part of the...
Show.
Boom. Also, I have something for you. Jake doesn't even know, but we're going to do it.
Here we go.
We have 35 current subscribers to our YouTube channel.
Welcome aboard.
For us noobs to this tube, pretty good. I'll take 35 subscribers.
Sure.
15 more, you get a free t-shirt. The 50th subscriber, because it does tell us who that is, gets a free t-shirt. Go make it happen.
Okay.
50th subscriber gets, it's not just a free t-shirt. It's the Brass Tacks t-shirt.
Oh, it's my favorite. It's black and
Boom.
red. Bam.
What?
If I'd have known, I would have worn brass tacks tonight, man.
Well, we can't, because maybe we should put a time limit on this. You got 2 months. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe just the 50th.
We got a show in 2 weeks. Well, we got this.
I know. I just don't want people to dilly-dally, because then guess what? I'll forgetty-dally.
Hey, if I already had one of those accounts that's already out there, the 35, I'd create 14 more right now.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Plus, it shows everybody knows how many subscribers are out there. So
yeah,
create a bunch of accounts and get your fucking free t-shirt.
Do it.
I don't care.
I'd love it.
Also, if you missed it, if you've been under a rock, we have fired up our Patreon account for bonus material. And what else we got? We got bonus material, special merch, loyalty merch, patron shoutouts. You get a bunch of different stuff. We're charging $6 just for audio for 2 shows for the Harper and the Gallows. You get bonus episodes. Lost that word.
That's
bonus episodes 1 a month for both shows for $6.
Yep.
If you want to become a VIP All Access member, you're going to get a whole bunch of shit. It's actually probably more in the realm of like $30 a month is what we could be charging. We're charging $10. It's a huge deal. Go out and get it. We want to. Do you want to throw out the thanks?
Sure, I would love to. So, as part of our Patreon to getting started with this, thank you all so much for the support that you've given us through this. We really kind of
been
blown away
amazing
at how many of you are actually jumping in and getting to be part of it. We did want to give a special shout out, just like we said that we would. Our numero uno, the number one person, she was on within just a couple of hours, is Aaron Conrad. So, thank you so much, Aaron, for getting behind the Harper Guys Productions.
Very excited.
It's got both shows going on with it, and we really appreciate everybody, and keep sharing. Your name could be next. If you're already at the 6, let's go to the 10, and happy to give you a shout out.
Yeah.
Plus
yeah.
you get a few extra perks along the
She
way.
was the first, and she is a VIP All Access member.
That's right.
Just going to throw it out there.
Right.
Aaron Conrad, you are freaking rad.
Right.
Okay.
And for those of you who listen to both shows, just a little sneak preview. The next show that we release exclusively on Patreon is going to be 2 of the stories that I've found so far that are so horrific, I don't want to put them on our regular show. So if you like the darkest side of dark, that will be the next episode of The Gallows that we release on the Patreon. So just a little bit of a heads up on what's coming there.
And I'm not going to let him outdo me. The Harper will be raw.
I like it.
And intense.
Well, that's all we need.
And something that you've never heard before.
Well,
I guarantee that.
I'll take it.
Also, and lastly, thank you to Ethan Mixel for the demilitarized zone, which brings us into the show and takes us out.
That's right.
That's all I got for that.
All right. What do we want to get started with this evening?
Well, I had these in order, and I'm going to change it up.
All right.
Because I am fucking pissed.
All right.
Have you ever heard of squatting?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of squatters' rights?
Yes.
Does that piss you off that squatters have rights?
No.
Why?
Because there is a system to it. You cannot go to an empty home and that's been empty for 3 days and then all of a sudden, bam, like you're there. This is a law that is probably outdated and needs to be rewritten is what it's going to come down to. But the actual concept of squatters' rights, everybody hears it as a terrible connotation. It's in a lot of ways it's not, because what you used to have is if a home would be abandoned, which people have found abandoned houses all over the place. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've seen abandoned houses. Basically,
how that happens, I don't know, unless like the couple dies.
I don't know either. But basically, if you move into this house, you start doing upkeep and stuff like that to the house. You just can't be in there vandalizing it, tearing it apart, and that kind of stuff. You actually have to be contributing to the goodness of that house. If you can prove that over a certain period of time, I don't know if it's 180 days, if it's 12 months, exactly what it is, but after a certain period of time, the state looks at it as, hey, we don't want trash heaps for property. So if you're going to come in here and you're going to sit in there and you're going to take care of the place, you are giving up your claim to it because you're not taking care of your land like it's supposed to. So I think that there's a place that it makes sense.
Do you know what else falls under squatters' rights? It's happening right across the street from me. I have this.
You're going to talk about 2 different things. Squatters' rights and apartment rental rights aren't the same things. I know right where you're going.
They're
with this.
considered squatters right now.
Well,
they are not paying rent.
Somebody's trying to get that classification.
They will not leave.
It won't hold up in court, though. That classification isn't given that.
They are not giving themselves this name. The landlord, the 85-year-old guy that lives beside me that rents his place out, he's dealing with such bullshit. He's dealing with his wife who's about to pass.
Okay.
She's at home. She's on hospice. She's probably in her 80s. These motherfuckers across the street quit paying rent. They won't leave. He told us they're squatting. Now, maybe he doesn't have the right terms, but he's talked to some people. Yeah. He said, I can't get him out until I get a lawyer.
Has he gone through the eviction notice process and all that stuff?
That's where he's at.
Okay. Sometimes it's a process. I mean, just because somebody's doesn't pay rent on the last day.
No, this isn't the last day. We're into month number 2 of no payments.
What I'm saying is kind of like from that point on, it's a fight to get them out sometimes. It just is. It doesn't make it okay. Because and this is one of the problems. It's one of those reasons that 99% of the time, the owner, in case the older gentleman, right? Mm-hmm. He's 100% in the right. You didn't pay me. It's time for you to go, right? But that's
not how it went down. Let me explain it real quick how it went down.
Okay, go ahead.
So we're going to say grandma rented this apartment.
Yeah.
She's rented for 10 years. It was just her. Then her daughter moved in 3 or 4 years later, maybe a couple years later. Kind of snuck in, really, with her 2 kids.
Yeah.
She's a heroin addict. all kinds of stuff. Doesn't make her a horrible person. Unfortunately, she is. They moved in. Everything was still okay. The mom's a trash heap. So what? The kids are kids.
Okay.
The kid was the son was like, I don't know, 13, and the daughter was like 7. You know,
Okay.
I had nothing wrong with the kids. The kids were out in the yard playing. They're having a good time, whatever.
Right.
Now the kids are 21 or, well, let's see. I guess if it's been 10 years, maybe he was 11. So he's like 21 or 20 or 21, and the daughter's like 17.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was right with her age.
Yeah.
Anyways,
About time for them to go.
well, what happened was Grandma's still living there. The piece of shit mom, heroin addict, and her 2 kids. And then all of a sudden it's become 2 more boys, friends, and then another girl, which we think is a cousin or something. So this is a 2-bedroom apartment.
There's like 8 people living in it?
See, Grandma, so 7. And more at times.
Grandma, the mom, her 2 kids, 2 other friends, and 2 cousins.
Well, there's 4 girls, 3 boys.
Okay.
Bottom line is we've seen drug deal after drug deal after drug deal.
Okay.
We've seen the mom
Yeah.
out in the front yard, high as fuck on heroin with her best friend.
Which I'm not defending that, obviously.
No, overdosed. Paramedics, police,
Whole 9 yards.
fixed her up.
Yeah.
Kind of, I mean, didn't wish the poor soul would have died, but just because maybe the other one would have got thrown in jail. Because you know that can happen. I've heard of that. Anyways, bottom line is Grandma's had enough. Grandma doesn't have a backbone. Grandma can't tell these people. She tells them to stop, but they don't listen. Grandma has to go out there and mow. She got all these young people. She can't even fucking finish it. She's got to sit down 8 times. Anyways, bottom line is it's fucking stupid, pissed shit. Makes me furious. She wants to move. She wants to get away from this shit, right?
Yeah.
So she leaves. Trash whore mom keeps telling the landlord. They know the landlord knows what's going on.
Yeah. Clearly.
Grandma's leaving. No, she told her.
That's what I'm saying.
Grandma's leaving. Grandma's going to keep paying utilities until they get out. Give them a month. Well, landlord's going through a bunch of shit with his wife. He's whatever. It's just, okay, a month? Fine. Whatever. I don't care. Just pay the utilities.
Yeah.
We're into month 2. She keeps asking for 2-week extensions. During this time, the cops are there because, okay, I get it. Stress time, right? These people don't have nowhere to go, or they say they don't have anywhere to go.
Okay.
It's going to get stressful. The fights are going to boil over. I get it. I mean, when push comes to shove and you're all over there fucking stoned off your ass and you got to get, why don't you get a job? There's 7 of us. Let's go get a job. We're all 17 and above. Let's go. No one wants to get a job.
Agreed.
So they keep pushing this off. Well, he's at the point where my wife keeps reporting because he wants her to, because he's in bed at like 9.
Yeah.
We're up occasionally, and the one night cops were called 3 times, from 1:30 to 3. Bottom line is it's just a bunch of bullshit. They're fighting. They're out there breaking shit. They're breaking his apartment. You can hear glass breaking, doors slamming. Anyways, they're just trashing it. And now he said, you got to go, and they just won't leave. Because they know they got him by the balls. Do you know if he we said, turn the power off on him.
Can't do that.
Turn the electricity off on him.
Can't.
Why not?
Because there's people that are living there.
I could see if there was a newborn, an infant, a child under 10.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
This is bullshit. Why are we protecting scumbags like this?
This goes back to the point that I was about to make a little bit ago. It's because, like I said, 99% of the landowners are in the right here, right? Just like this situation, 100% is in the right. That law is for the 1% of the time.
Doesn't matter.
I'm just telling you what it exists
Like I've
for.
said 1,000 times on this show, not every law should be written for everybody. There should be some flex. I'm going to tell you what, if I didn't pay my gas bill or my electric bill for 2 or 3 or 4 months, they'd come out and shut the shit off.
They can't. You got kids under 18. I'm telling you they wouldn't do it.
They don't. And they should get their shit shut off, but they won't. They won't. It will not happen. I've heard my wife's cousin was going through some heartaches for a couple years.
Yeah.
And the gas company would come out, put the tag on the gas meter, shut it off. And they had a young kid.
I mean, I just feel like this is the kind of thing that needs to go to like a city council. Like there needs to be a law about it to where it's like within 10 days, it goes to city council and it gets resolved.
Yes.
And if they say kick them out, then the sheriff goes out there and they make sure that they pack up all their shit and leave.
Yes.
Should be that easy.
They had somebody come to the door the other day because we're watching now all the time now.
Sure.
Another reason why I got the surveillance.
Yeah.
I was going to get it anyways, but they made me speed up the process. They had somebody there for them.
Yeah.
Somebody there for assistance. They won't come to the door. He goes around back. You see the curtains move. Finally, my wife's just like, curtains are moving. So guess what? Calls the cops. To help them. He's like a welfare guy or something, and he's trying to help them, and they're just hiding. They're literally fucking hiding. Ugh. We want them gone so bad. Is it not obvious?
Yeah, it is obvious.
It's none of our business, but at the same time it is, because you can't have that shit in your neighborhood. We live in an amazing neighborhood. Most of it's older, which is good and bad. My kids don't have as many friends to play with, but at the same time, it's quiet. It's quiet. It's peaceful.
Right.
Except for these fucks across the street.
I get it.
Good news is he's in a situation where he might just get rid of it.
Yeah.
He might, I don't know what he might do.
I mean, it's funny, like not funny to me, but ironic that our house used to be that house here.
Really?
Yeah, like when
This one?
Yeah, oh yeah. The kids that were here, the mom was doing everything that she could or whatever, but the kids were unruly as all get out, and like it was kind of told to us by some of the neighbors that this was like the known drug house in the neighborhood,
Whoa.
back then. And then we were probably here about 8 months, and we're sitting outside, and this guy pulls in like super janky looking, and
He's wanting to buy, huh?
yeah, and he asked for the one kid's name. I won't say his name, for the one kid that lived here. We're like, oh, they moved out a year ago when we bought the house. He was like, oh, all right, and took off. And like there was times, especially when we first moved in, cars would like go by slow and stuff. So it was like, this place really was big for a little while, and
Wow.
and in a great neighborhood, like they said. Just
Yeah.
once in a while, people get a hold of it and it goes south.
Okay. I'm just saying, if the owner was in his 50s
Yeah.
and could handle all this shit, and his wife was in good health, I'd be like, you know what? None of my fucking business.
Yeah,
If he wants to let him do this, but they're taking advantage of this guy.
it is. You shouldn't take advantage of old people ever. It's ridiculous.
And the bottom line is, our location, how close are we to that plaza?
right there,
Even if you're walking, 5-7 minute walk,
maybe
they could go work if they wanted to. There's
to do anything.
McDonald's, Wendy's, Arby's, Acme, grocery store. Those people aren't doing the biggest background checks. I'm sorry, they're just not.
There's a gas station right
Gas
there.
station. I mean, they could do abundance of small time jobs.
Sure.
And if they all chip together, they could easily pay for that apartment or an apartment.
Well.
It just blows my mind that they want to. I don't know.
They're just all turds.
They're all turds.
Yep.
And I'm gonna tell you what, the three boys, and I might have mentioned this on the show once.
Mm-hmm.
We have a fairly close elementary school in Barberton,
Yeah.
and these three boys went over and tore up their nice digital sign. Tore the back clean off of it. I don't know if they had screwdrivers, just pried it open. Tore the wiring all up. Fucked it all up like a $2,500 sign, or probably more.
That's terrible. But not shocking at this point. So we all get bad neighbors once in a while.
Holy fuck.
Well, there's going to be a day on the show, though, where you're like, special announcement. They're gone, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I do have a special announcement.
Okay.
If you remember, I was talking about the guy on eBay that sent me the camera with no power adapter.
Yeah.
And I asked him for a power. I just wanted the power adapter and the screws to mount it. And he said, I have a better idea. I remember I said I thought he was Asian because of the way he typed. I have a better idea. I send you new camera. And the joke was, I don't know if I'm just getting another new camera without two power adapters.
Yeah.
So it showed up, and it came with the power adapter and screws. So I got an extra camera now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with it?
I don't know. Might sell it to my buddy Jake. No,
He'll probably take you up on the deal.
no, I don't know what I might do. It might just land in your lap, and you can. Because the cool thing is, the best part is, I have the power adapter that you need, so you can take a picture of it and get exactly what you need.
That's fantastic.
And I'm sure it's like a $12 purchase.
done.
Yeah.
Done.
So
Sweet. We have a project now. I'm so excited.
Anywho, yeah.
How happy that would make the wife. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
See, good friends. What are you going to do, man?
What you
Can't
gonna
buy
do?
them. Come on. What's next?
Well,
Roll on two.
all right. So maybe I just don't know, and that could be clearly the situation here. But when my mom used to take me into the shoe store
Yeah.
to get like Nikes, I mean, I would never get the Air Jordans, but I would get like the poor man's Nike, which was still a good shoe.
Sure.
I don't know if that was leather or cowhide maybe, but those shoes would last.
And last.
They would last a good 6 months or more.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you would really have to beat the fuck out of those shoes. I'm going to tell you, did they quit making that shit anymore? Or do you have to pay like $200 per pair?
Yes. Like, the really good shoes are still really good shoes.
Because like me, I go into like and I'm not going into Payless or nothing.
Right.
But like I go into a Dunham's or a Dick's Sporting Goods, and I'm looking for a pair of like basketball shoes, tennis shoes,
Sure.
something in that realm. Doesn't have to be basketball. I'm just looking for a sturdy shoe.
Yeah.
And all they have are these cloth top shoes that they're really light. And I get it if you're a runner, they're probably great
Yes, they are.
because you don't want a bunch of lead-laced shoes running around.
Yep.
But as far as like sturdy, they are dog shit.
They only get so many miles out of them, and they're built like that.
But you're still paying $60 a shoe, $70 a shoe.
$120 a shoe. Like it.
So what's the price range where I'm going to get a good cowhide or / leather shoe?
What I would recommend to you, if you want to go in that price range, what you
I don't want to go in that price range. What's the price range?
If you want to go, I mean, for $60, you can get a good shoe. What you need to get is don't get a basketball shoe. You need to get a cross trainer.
Yeah, but I've seen some of these. They still have that meshy top.
They make them without the mesh. Like New Balance makes a really, really nice one that's still the full shoe. Like it's got good weight to it, like without being ridiculous to where you're walking around in cement. And they're like $69.
The funny thing is, I bought a pair of Skechers. Skechers is a big name, right? It's a tennis shoe. And my daughter's a softball player. I've probably mentioned that a few times. And so I pitched to her. And when you pitch like a softball player, you drag your right foot. That's just the way it is. You drag your right foot. Now, yes, I should go put my cleats on when I do this because those are leather or cowhide, whatever they are.
But they're made for that.
They are made for that. But literally, one practice, the whole corner of my shoe is gone. Like it's been eaten, and I've ripped the side of the shoe.
Yeah.
And I was pitching half an hour. I mean, that is dog shit.
I don't know, man. Like they're not made to do that. To just keep wiping across the same spot like that at an angle.
But it was dirt.
Yeah.
It's gonna rub that off. Like, I mean, I can't imagine if I was a runner. That shit would be gone.
You don't really jack up the tops of running shoes though.
No, I don't mean the tops. This was the side where the rubber meets the fabric,
Yeah.
whatever that is, that mesh. The rubber's gone, like eaten, like I had it behind a car dragging it on the pavement.
I need you to post a picture of this on the Patreon now so I can see it.
Okay, I'll take a picture. I should have put it up on the board for everybody.
Yeah, that'd have been good.
But it just goes back to the fact that I'm like,
But they don't make shoes like they used to. Like that's for sure.
yeah.
I mean, as a kid, I remember a good pair of shoes. You beat the stuff out of those things.
I'm going to tell you what, when I'm picking out shoes for my son, I'm looking for the ones that the rubber actually goes up over the front. Not that stops like right at the lip. I'm like, they're going to be destroyed. I want something that goes up over and is at least like a bumper. Mm-hmm. Because they need it. Because they kick shit. They run into shit. They fall down a lot. It's just like crazy.
Yeah.
And my wife will be like, he doesn't want that. I'm like, listen, he may not want that, but this is what's going to last.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what's worse is cheap boots.
Cheap boots?
Oh, if you buy like a pair of cheap like work boots, they're so terrible for your feet. They always suck and they always fall apart so fast.
Yeah.
It's one of the few things that I like, even in my shop floor days, man, always, after like my second year there, always had an awesome pair of shoes to wear out there.
Yeah. I think my first pair were these amazing. Like somebody told me where to go and you got the big discount.
Yeah.
And if you work at a place that requires steel toes, like where we worked on the plant floor, a lot of times the company will give you a kickback on your first pair, and which we did get that. And so yeah, I can't remember it was like Timberland. It was a really good name. And they were really fucking nice. But I never bought another pair like that, but
yeah.
They were good shit.
Timberland, one of the shoes that if you wear out the sole, you can send it to them and they'll replace it.
See that?
That's a long time lasting shoe right there.
Yeah. What else is like that? Sunglasses. You were telling me the Oakleys, if you get them registered,
Yeah.
good for life.
Good for life, man.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the kind of shit that, I mean, if you have to pay that kind of money, but then it's going to be a lifetime guarantee, I'm down.
Sometimes you get what you pay for when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know? No. If you lose
Now, if they had that deal for tires,
I'm actually shocked that nobody has like a lifetime tire deal
like
out there structured somehow. I mean, they do it with iPhones and everything else. Why can't they do that with tires?
how much would you pay a month for lifetime tires?
How many vehicles? It depends. I got 4 vehicles in my house. That's 16.
Let's just
That's
say
16 tires.
Let's say we're talking one car.
One
and
car.
you're like, man, I'm going to do it for this one. What would you pay for that one car a month to get lifetime tires?
$25 a month.
Okay.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Somebody should do that.
I mean, over the course
So
of
what would that be a year?
$300.
$300 a year?
Of course, of 2 years, it's 600. I mean,
That should cover it.
it should.
See, you're making money because most of the time your tires are going to last a couple years.
Yep.
And so if your tires cost $400, the tire company's making $250.
Mm-hmm. It'd be awesome. I mean, I'm sure they could put a really nice program together for it. You know, get some oil changes thrown in there.
See,
you know?
we had a thing for our car,
Mhm.
the little matrix,
Yeah.
where it was 10 years, and through this 10 years you got free tires.
Yeah.
But you had to keep up on all this maintenance.
Yes.
Their maintenance schedule. We didn't know that. So I go in, I'm like, I want my free tires. And they're like, well, have you kept up on this and this? I'm like, no. Like, well, you're going to have to get this. It's only been, well, maybe it was like a year and a half. I don't know what it was, but they said, well, you have to come back and do all this. And I'm like, all right, well, how much is all that? They're like, well, this is $750. This is, and I'm like, whoa. I said, no, this car is brand new. It shouldn't need all this. I get it. You want to keep it nice and pristine. I do too. But I'm not going to be paying $1,200 on all this other stuff that it probably doesn't really need because it's brand fucking new,
Right.
just to get free tires. And then they went and showed me what I would get, the dog shit tires.
Sure.
No, why do you want to fuck me like that?
I don't. I get it. It's
Do I
ridiculous.
look like a bitch? Do I look like a bitch? Why are you trying to fuck me like one?
Man, getting into some Pulp Fiction tonight, huh?
Great line, by the way.
It is. Oh,
You got
man.
anything? I'm throwing it over to you.
Oh, do I have anything? I really don't have that much to complain about this week. I mean, I agree with the other stuff that's on your list and I don't really want to jump the gun, but it's really kind of what's covering everything in our entire life right now.
Yeah. So let's do a current event then.
Pick one.
So there's been a lot of peaceful marches going on
Yeah,
about the wrongful death of what's his name?
Mr. Floyd.
Mr. Floyd. That's pretty fucked up. Gotta admit, I saw the video, and before I saw the video, my wife and I were talking about it, and I said, well, we don't know what this guy was. He could have been a murderer, a rapist. Maybe he deserved this shit. And then I'm also like, and then she's like, yeah, but you know what? Still, even if that's for the courts to decide if he deserves death or whatever, not the policeman out on the street. Plus, if there were other cops around, they should have. Maybe there wasn't any other cops around, but if there was, they should have stepped in. And then you see the video. You see 3 cops kneeling down. It appears one has his knee on the guy's neck, and the other 2 are like holding him. That's what it looks like.
Mhm.
So they were right there.
Yeah.
And they all let it happen. Found out it was for forged check.
It actually was for a fake $20 bill, I believe.
I heard that first, and then my wife
they
did a
changed
lot
it to
of.
a forged-
She went to a lot of detail on the research. Come out that it was a forged check.
Okay.
Counterfeit $20 bill, forged check. Don't believe that's the death penalty in these parts.
No, in any part.
I don't believe
it's
that's
ridiculous.
a Judge Dredd.
No.
Where did these? I shouldn't say these. Where did the bad cops get off treating people like this?
Oh, he doesn't get off. This guy's going to prison.
Good.
It-
But I mean,
There's
there's a lot of people that have gotten away with shit like this. Okay, maybe not to death. They're holding the guy down. Maybe he passes out, then he releases him. He lives, whatever. But I don't get where the power. Now I do understand. I don't want to. Okay, I was about to say something, but I do understand that sometimes the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Sure.
You deal with all these fucking asshole criminals, serious criminals, and then something happens and you fucking snap. Now that's displacement and it shouldn't happen, but I understand that more. I'm talking about just keep kicking somebody's ass versus killing them.
Yeah.
I understand where you could get enraged as a cop and be like, you know what, this is the guy that's going to fucking get it.
Yes.
And I get that, and you should go, for that cop should go on probation for that still. You can't beat up these guys just because you feel like it.
I mean, it's still, no, I'll go a step further. Any of that, I mean, if you beat somebody up, that's assault, man.
Yes.
I mean, like, they need to start being held accountable for not just, I mean, and I love cops. I mean, I've had some bad moments with cops over the years, but on a whole, I've known some cops. Most of them are fantastic people. So I'm not trying to throw them under the bus, but what I'm saying is there's a code of conduct that they have that they're supposed to follow. If they don't follow it, whatever the equivalent would be as far as a case against you or I is what they should deal with. There's times that they have to get physical with somebody. If somebody is actually resisting arrest or something like that, clearly that is not even close to what the case is and what we're dealing with right now.
And sometimes you'll see a video where it's just the last half,
Yes.
where the guy was putting up a fight, the cops subdue him,
Yeah.
and then they got his head into the pavement because they're pissed, and they're trying to subdue him, and then you got the girlfriend recording it, but she doesn't record the part where he was kicking their ass.
Right.
Now, that's obviously different, but this case, I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
I mean, everything you read, this terrible, terrible person of a cop, he's had multiple problems like this before in the past, to where this is a complete failure on leadership, really, inside the Minneapolis Police Department to make sure that this guy's not anywhere near any of this stuff. I mean, why he's even still a desk cop makes no sense to me after the history that he has.
Mental illness, apparently, because this guy fucking gets off on hurting people and being powerful and having and thinking he's better than them.
Some people are just assholes.
That too, but it's the same thing. He thinks he's better than this guy. He's gonna fucking show him. He apparently also likes to scare people. Like, don't fuck with Officer so and so. He'll fucking hold your face to the ground and put your knee in your neck.
Yeah, but I will say this, and again, not attacking good cops, but there has been a lot of talk about a situation that and I mean, I've got friends that have been through it, and not to play that card all the time, but it's the truth. It's not something that I have never seen before, that at some point, black parents will need to sit down and talk to their children about how you need to react to a situation if you get pulled over. You know, these are the steps you need to follow to make sure that something like this doesn't happen, you know, and it's always been said, it doesn't apply to everybody. I'm going to tell you what, more and more, it's starting to apply to everybody, to where I feel like the aggression overall from cops has gotten worse. I've had 3 different super aggressive incidents with cops and me. I mean, to the point where I've been cuffed, thrown in the back of a car. I mean, the whole 9 yards. You know, had a cop drawn with a weapon in my house. I mean, you know the stories, to where I feel like on a whole, the aggression level needs to come back. They're policing things. Their job is to police,
Right?
not to actively assault anybody, to where that's one of those things to where I'm not saying that there's not validation, that has been a completely skewed process over the years. You know, that definitely minorities have been picked on to a 10th degree. That's been proven. It's 100% a fact. All I'm saying is that as we bridge this gap together, because this is the frustration is coming out the way it's coming out, and we'll get to that here in a second. But to me, this is the point in time. This is the precipice moment where we need to bridge the gap between everybody. You know, we've all identified what the problems are. Let's just get them fixed, and at some point move on. And I'll throw out this part as just one of it. Just a small illustration that I gave. Do you know how long between the Revolutionary War, now I know I'm going back in time here, between when the Revolutionary War ended and when the United States and Britain fought side by side?
No.
It was 125 years, from 1789 to 1914. We killed each other 100 years prior to gain our independence, these two countries. Not fans of each other at all, right? 125 years later, we're fighting side by side in World War I. What we're talking about started 160 plus years ago, 180, whatever the number is, 200 years ago in this country.
I like where you're going.
We've got to where we've moved past it, you know, to where our generation, we don't look at anybody. I mean, 99% of us, there's rotten apples out there, but people are people to us, you know,
Yes.
like it doesn't, you can be green and I don't care. You're still a person. You know what I mean?
As long
Like,
as you ain't a fucktard, you're my friend.
right. I mean, people should be based on attitudes and the way that they actually portray themselves these days, to where it's like, I guess where I'm going with all this is there's so many reasons now for us to come together.
Sure.
Like, let's stop making this a divisive thing and turn off the media and all of that kind of stuff and get out and talk to people and become part of it. Don't try to sit there and form an opinion from your couch and that's it. Be part of it. There were kids that were down here today, right on the square in Wadsworth, that had their protest up. You know, like you said, completely peaceful. It was great. Everybody that was driving by was honking and supportive of them because we all support change.
Yeah.
We all support things being better for everybody.
So this is not why I brought this up.
Okay, but sorry to get that far down into
No,
it. But
no.
I feel like everything's been so negative
No.
about this, and you got to find the positive.
You
in
do
what's
need to find the
next.
positive. But the part that pisses me off, that makes me want to go after these motherfuckers with a baseball bat. And who are these motherfuckers? So we had all these peaceful marches, and those are not the motherfuckers. Those are the people that are expressing their right to hold their signs, march down to City Hall, and stand there and chant and shout and do whatever they want peacefully. That's fine. I support that 100%.
Yeah.
Like Jake said, you can be green and be doing it. It doesn't matter. You're allowed. Go do it.
Yeah.
But it's the people that take advantage of these moments to create the chaos. They're just looking for the reason to throw a rock through a window and go looting.
Yes.
These people all need strung up. I don't care if you've been down on your luck. You don't deserve to run into Target and run out with a big screen TV.
No.
You don't
Or
deserve
5.
it. Nothing.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You don't deserve to smash some cupcake store in Cleveland all the fucking back and put them out of business because you're pissed.
Yep.
You need to get back in that peaceful march. But those weren't the people that were in the peaceful march. They're just looking for a reason. They see that big mob and like, let's go break some shit.
Right.
Let's go break some shit. And unfortunately, it's probably a bunch of young men, because young men are stupid at times, and they've taken advantage of the situation. That's all it is. And they want to create chaos. And those motherfuckers, I hope they got them all on camera. And I hope it wouldn't be the first time that a bunch of shit went down. I don't know if I remember hearing about 94 when they redid Woodstock.
Yeah.
4 more days of peace.
Yeah.
And the riots broke out.
Yeah.
They were looting trailers and all, and a lot of those guys are in jail right now.
They should be.
Still.
Absolutely.
So all those looters they had the camera on target, and these people were running in. Mothers, fathers, teenagers running in, just stealing shit. And it just pissed me off because some of those people are going to end up in jail.
Yep.
Just because they saw some other people doing it.
Yep.
And it's just not right. It's completely wrong.
It is.
And you're a fucktard for doing it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, we can't really get the looters and the activists combined. I mean, they're definitely two
different groups.
Two clearly separate classes as far as what we're dealing with here. I agree. Everybody should be prosecuted that's been part of it, of burning stuff down. I mean, so many of these stories that you're reading, you know, the one guy was a firefighter his whole life, saved all of his money, opened a sports bar that was supposed to open on Monday. It's gone. No insurance on it because it's not opened up yet. His whole life gone, just like that, and for nothing. I mean, that's the sad part of the whole thing. You know, the police officer in Oakland that lost his life through the whole thing.
Like you said, though, it's time we band together.
Yes.
And when you're fucking over your brothers and sisters' fucking livelihoods, how is that banding together? It's not.
Yes.
You're upset about the establishment. Take it out on the establishment. I guess if that means throw a rock at the fucking precinct,
yeah,
do it. But don't go destroy the town you live in.
You know, the moment that change happens and a black person or a white person begins to accept people of the other color as just normal people, when a black person looks at us and says, I don't think that you're automatically racist, and a white person looks at a black person and says, I don't think you're automatically a thug. Because that's the stigmas that both sides deal with constantly that they can't get past, that creates all these problems. If they would just everybody get on the same page with that.
I think it would be if white looks at black and black looks back and says, both of them say, I don't think you're better than me.
Right.
And I don't think I'm better than you.
No, I agree.
We're just living in the same neighborhood,
Right.
and that's just the way it fucking is.
Yeah. It's just the things that have been polarized and politicized to divide us are ridiculous because they're not true. They're fake. I mean, it's the fakest
honestly,
of fake news.
what I want out of my neighborhood, I want people looking out for me.
Right.
If some shady people are running through my yard in the middle of the night from across the street, I want black, white, yellow, neighbor, whoever to call me and say, dude, there's something going on back there.
Yeah, I agree completely.
That's all I want. I want people to watch my back and I'll watch yours.
Yeah. I agree. Need to stop burning shit down, though. That's just what we agree on.
I mean, you're allowed to be upset, but don't take it out on your brothers and sisters, man. It's just not right.
Or anybody else. I mean, there's been the videos of the old people getting beat up and stuff like that. I mean, stop all the shit together.
It's like there was remember way back when the big riots in L.A. happened?
92.
Rodney King?
92.
That was despicable, too, by those police. But unfortunately, it was extremely race-driven, those riots. And I can remember they pulled a white truck driver out of some African-American boys pulled a white truck driver out of I think they beat him to death.
His name was Reginald Denny. And
Yeah.
he lived.
He lived?
Yep.
Man, I can remember them throwing rocks or bricks at his head.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He actually went on national TV a couple weeks later and accepted an apology from 3 of them. So,
But that's what I'm saying. That time of passion, that time of hate, you just can't take it out on your fellow man.
yep.
I mean, if
I
you're
agree.
especially if you're mad at the system, then be mad at the system.
Right.
Go do a march, protest, get all your brothers and sisters out there, and do it.
Right.
And you know what? I was glad to see that the coverages that I saw more Caucasian people protesting than I did African Americans. Or
Right.
it was at least 50-50, but I thought it just looked like more. And I was like, good for you. Get out there and support everybody.
Well, it's people of every color, race, and creed. I mean, I think everybody's on board and sees that there are major problems here that needs to be changed.
Exactly.
You know?
And then when you watch shows like Making a Murder and all these other fucked up things where people are getting sent away for life and death, what do we do? Death row sentences incorrectly and unjustly, it makes you just like, what the fuck?
I know. It's crazy.
All these crooked cops that want. Now, obviously, not all cops are crooked, but there's a ton that are. It's not just the cops, though. I believe it's the organizations, the specific judicial system from whatever town. If it's corrupt, it's corrupt, and it's corrupt from the top to the bottom.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. This is a conversation that I just had a thought the other day, and I brought it up to my wife to see what she thinks. And do you think that to become a police officer, instead of it being this 6-week cop camp that you go to and then all of a sudden you're given a badge and a gun and set off into the world, do you feel like this is something that we should change to having to be like a 4-year degree? I mean, you're not going to go get 6 weeks of teaching instruction and then be able to go into the schools and become a teacher. You know what I mean? To where I think a 4-year degree or some kind of equivalent of it, and programs that to where it doesn't cost 8 arms and a leg to do it, but you have to go through the program. To where I think that we need better educated, better well-equipped to handle the job cops than ever before.
It should be 2 years.
2 years, I'm fine with that, but it's
2-year program.
not a 6 or 8 week program.
No, 2-year program before you get to put on the badge and drive around in your cruiser.
Right. The world's a little more complicated than it was in 1970. I mean, people got to be ready to deal with all kinds of situations, and I feel like you cannot be accurately prepared for those situations in the amount of time that we're taking to train these people.
I don't know how long boot camp is.
Depends on what branch of the military. Somewhere between 6 and 13 weeks, depending on what you're going in for.
Well, maybe it needs to be at least 2 months then. If we're saying, if you can go die for your country in 2 months.
But that doesn't prepare you to handle the entire population.
No, true.
That's a way different thing. To me.
At least a year, if not 2. I mean, you're supposed to be, like you said, policing. You're not supposed to be. It's just rough. It's just rough.
Yeah, it's been overkill, to say the least.
You're not supposed to be judge, jury, and executioner on the street.
Right. So
Judge Dredd was a movie. It was fictional.
yeah,
You're not him. I mean, I have 3 or 4 family members that are police officers, and I'm highly confident they're good ones.
yeah,
But the bad ones are dog shit.
yeah. It's true. So I don't think we need to lament on that all night long. It's just
No.
something that we felt like we needed to touch on for the show. So look forward to hearing you guys' comments. I mean, I know that everybody's got a million opinions about this. Don't be afraid to leave us one. I mean, we are, hopefully you can tell by this, I mean, as much as we're opinionated and we'll pound on the table on certain things, well, we're also very much realists. And we have a huge interest in what happens in the quality of our society. So we can get to that if you guys want to let us know.
That's right. All right, last one.
Okay.
Millionaires versus billionaires.
What does that even mean?
Baseball.
So the players versus the owners, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they can't agree on anything.
But what should they agree on?
Well, they're I don't want to say at war, but at a standstill because they can't come to an agreement on how much players should make for a shortened season. So they're gonna fuck it up. They're gonna fuck it up if they don't play. If they don't play this year because they can't come to an agreement. That's what I'm saying. Not because of the virus, but it's gonna fuck it up.
Yep.
And then they're not going to get paid at all. And then it's going to go 2 or 3 years like this. And so many great, I mean, this is with all these young stars right now, it's a great fucking time for baseball. It's huge. And I just don't get it. I don't know why they can't be like, okay, you're right. It's prorated season. All right.
Right.
It's going to be half a season. I was making $17 million. Now I'm going to make half of that. I get it. Let's go. Let's play ball.
I get it.
I mean, at the end of the day, 10 million versus 20 million, yeah, you're not gonna be able to pay for as much. But if you can't live life under $10 million fucking dollars,
Yeah.
fuck you.
I don't disagree. I mean, you're only doing part of the work. You only should get part of the money. I mean, seems realistic to me.
I don't understand where these guys are coming from. I understand that the billionaires have all the money, but still,
But they're also the ones losing it all
the
right
billionaires are not going to have any mouths in the stands for all those beer sales, all those dog sales, all
Right.
those jersey sales, all that shit. They're losing that, you dumb fucks.
now. And a lot of people aren't going to go even if they can. I mean,
Right.
because they don't want to be sitting with one person shoulder to shoulder with them on each
Right.
side.
And then, I forgot to mention this last time. There's been some players, ex-players, former players, come out and say, come on, guys. Take the half pay cut. Go play. Save baseball. Alex Rodriguez, at one time, the highest motherfucking paid player in the world of baseball, getting paid, I don't know why I remember this, but I'm pretty sure it was $250 million for 10 years, getting $25 million a year, which was, at that time, was ridiculous.
I think it got restructured to $325 when he was in New York.
Right. And he says, come on, guys, take the pay. I don't think he would have taken the fucking pay cut. I'm going to tell you that right now.
He would have taken the pay cut.
Shut the fuck up. No, he wouldn't have.
Guarantee you he would have.
No, he wouldn't have. Shut the fuck up, Alex Rodriguez. You wouldn't have done it.
He would have.
Why don't you put half of your money back? J-Lo's got you.
I think they're doing okay together, to say the least. But yeah, I don't know. I will say this. I'm excited the UFC's back. I'm excited to see that hockey is on track to start by the end of the month and that their playoff system is going to be sweet. It's going to be awesome to where it's full on, man.
So, NASCAR, the stupidest sport in the world,
Whoa.
finally
Whoa.
said,
You'd rather watch badminton?
yes. They
No.
finally said, I watched it, flipping through, I'm like, what are they doing? They had the guys in the living room. They're all like playing like virtual. And I'm like, I get your cars get close, but I'm pretty sure you're within the 6-foot range. Don't leave anybody in the stands. Go race, dumb fucks.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they're not actually racing.
They are now.
But they are now. I'm surprised that they weren't earlier.
I mean, I guess maybe it was the pit crew.
Or states that were on lockdown. It could be a myriad of things.
That sport should have never got shut down.
I don't disagree.
Just keep the fans at home. I'm sure
I
they
agree.
would have loved to watch the cars go in circles, I guess.
Hey man, sometimes NASCAR is a good time. Don't be overhating on NASCAR.
I'm not saying I don't like racing, but like that, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's fun to play on a video game.
sure.
That's great.
It's one of the great video games of all time if you get the right version.
Yeah, I love that
It's super good time.
because it's fun because you're in control. But just watching it, it's like, holy fuck.
Right, the wheels on the car go round and round.
Then you got these assholes that crash you. You crash your guy.
I mean, right?
I mean, literally backhand into the wall. It's like, no, how is this? Rubbin's racing.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I know. It's stupid.
That
So-
guy should get disqualified. The guy that did that should get disqualified.
Yeah. I
Should
agree.
happen every time.
Yeah.
Guess what? Rubbin wouldn't be racing anymore.
No, it wouldn't. So a couple other things real quick, sports related. Football.
You didn't really answer. I didn't really get to ask my question though.
Oh, well then ask your question.
So,
I'm sorry.
millionaires versus billionaires, baseball.
Yeah.
Do they play this year?
What do you mean? Do they play? Yes, they should play. If
No,
if
they should. Right now, they can't come to an agreement.
They'll play.
I just saw something on my phone because July 1st would be half a season. They could get 80-some games in. Technically, it's half the season. They play 162. I just saw something. They're going to restructure a 50 to 60 game. I'm like, why?
They were 114 just the other day.
Right. So whether it's 82, 60, or 114, will they play?
Yes.
They will.
Yes.
You're confident.
Really confident.
Do you think it starts July 1st?
Probably right around there. I bet.
You think earlier?
If not, then maybe 2 weeks later, like to make sure, because that's 6 weeks from now. So yeah, it's coming back though, man. They're gonna see. I mean, I don't know if you've been paying attention. The ratings that the UFC's been getting as being like the only show in town, blowing up every time it's on. So
I'm sure.
everybody else is ready to start getting their piece of the pie back. I was excited to see that the NFL sounds like they're going to start most of their training camps on time.
I heard that.
And that a lot of them are going to be fanless, which sucks because I know a lot of people enjoy going to training camp. You
So
can get
be it.
autographs, stuff like that. But right, if that means that they're out there together playing, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
mean, I
bring it
love
on.
going to the ball game. I love it.
Yeah,
But if it means that I have to stay home, I don't care.
yeah.
Play sports. Let's
Yeah,
go.
I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
Excited about the Browns. I was
Right.
excited about my fucking fantasy team. Fuck all you.
Hey, we still got fantasy teams. They're coming back. It's okay.
Jesus.
I mean, we're going to have to come to somebody's house because we're not going to be able to sit at a bar restaurant close enough together to all draft.
Oh, yeah. Virtual draft.
We'll have seats all over the place and they're screaming draft picks.
We're going to have to use Zoom.
That's not funny.
No, it's not. But guess what? Some of those fuckers that are always late, they'll be on time.
No.
Probably not still.
Or they won't be able to figure it out, and then
Yeah.
we got that going on.
Great. Too bad there's an IT guy in the group.
No. I guess
Fuck me.
I guess we're going to have to work now on getting a 24-seat table to get 12 people around.
All right, so you were going to have some final thoughts on sports.
Oh, I'm super glad that they're coming back. Like, that was the thing on football right there. That I'm really looking forward to that. Like I said, the UFC is off and running, and then they've been awesome. They've really gone out of their way to make sure they're matching people up that are good fights. I mean, some of these guys you might not have heard of because they're guys that are kind of making their way up through and slobber knockers. If you like the UFC, it's been on fire. Sounds like boxing's about to start making its triumphant comeback, so we're looking forward to that. So I'm ready.
It is funny, though, that the full contact fucking sports, the boxing, the UFC fights,
Right.
they're the first ones to come back.
That's right.
Well,
They're
besides
savages.
the NASCAR.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah. Well, I think there's some guys playing soccer right now, though.
Are
Right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think I did see, but that's a spread out sport, too.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some times.
Yeah, and you got the Korean baseball organization. You see that they've been showing that on ESPN? Mm-hmm.
Did you
time.
say they went back to their roots?
Yeah, back to their roots. ESPN will put anything on there. Yesterday, I don't know if anybody saw on last Sunday, they had the Johnsonville National Cornhole Championships regional quarterfinals.
That's how bad it is.
I'm pretty sure that we know people that could have at least got into this level of it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You might see the Harper in there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh man, why didn't I get the invitation to that? That'd have been so much fun.
Dude, that just gave me an idea.
What?
We need to make some Harper boards.
Oh, some cornhole boards?
Fuck yeah.
I'd make a set.
Ah! Brass tacks boards, the gallows boards with the bags. Oh shit.
I'd do it.
Merch is going to go.
I'd love it.
Who wants to giving away a cornhole set?
Yeah.
Shit, we could build some. We've done it.
And we're Americans. We'll sell that shit for a good price. We're not going to gouge you.
We're not going to we'll sell a couple, but we'll give one of them away.
Yeah.
But local pickup only.
Well. Hey, we'll run a U-Haul. Go on location, they can be a guest.
Ooh, there
How's
we
that
go.
sound?
We'll come to your bar
Right.
and have a
That'd be awesome.
hot toddy.
Yeah, hot toddy. That's all I've got for tonight.
That's all you've got.
Do you have anything else?
No.
Okay.
That's the end of the show.
Well, then the last thing that we do want to throw out there is Especially in a time like this, mental health, super important. If you're going to hurt yourself, somebody else, substance abuse issues, whatever you're dealing with, please call 1-800-622-4357. They will help you. There will be somebody on the other end of the line that cares.
Yeah, get your shit straight. I'm being serious about that. Call the number if you're having bad thoughts.
That's right. Pip, pip.
Cheerio.